Hi, my name's Paul. I've always been interested in the Great Trek, along with many other things. And today I'm going to go and have a look at a Voortrekker cottage. A man named Jan Gabriel Marais and his wife Cornelia loaded up their children and all their belongings onto a wagon and travelled from Beaufort West to what is today a section of the Suikerbos Nature Reserve just outside Heidelberg. And in 1840 they decided that's where they're going to build their cottage. You know, I admire them for their desire for freedom because I feel the same. I hate the clamp of authority. So I understand them. And the journey that they had must have been very exciting, a true adventure. You know, in the evenings, your entertainment was your company. And so they would tell each other stories, and they become very skilled at that. Good, interesting, sometimes funny stories. And you see it in the Afrikaans guys even today, some of the old ooms. They got that skill. It's kind of been passed down. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at the Voortrekker cottage. If you're interested, come along with me. We get to go in my TJ 4-liter Jeep. Come, let's go. This is the R550 from Heidelberg to Klipprivier. Turn left at the big silver sign. Okay. Morning. How are you? Good morning. Okay, there we go. Thanks, mate. Oh, my info.
Yo, lomntana uthathwephi? Nimthathephi mntisemntana lomntana? Morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
You're after the money.
Please. You know me.
Typical woman.
I'll offer you a season form, ne?
I've got to put it in.
For a season ticket.
Yeah. Can you give me the form? Yeah.
Please. Form, please. Form, please.
Easy.
Tell what I got, man. Yes, looks to banana.
Transaction approved.
Please take your
Thank you.
card.
I want that. What do I do with this form when I
You
filled
fill
it in?
it in, then you bring a small ID photo.
To you.
Yes, and then you pay 130 for 6 months.
Lovely. Yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff. Thanks, man.
No, I understood that.
There's lots of cars here. It's a Saturday. All these cars belong to hikers. You know, it's a massive reserve. It's 19,000 hectare with many tracks, hiking tracks. So it's quite possible to get out there and be pretty much on your own. Anyway, we're going to go to the Voortrekker Cottage. I dare say there's nobody else there. Now I'm looking for a shady spot to park. Oh, I see a last one. The other side of the ditch. That's a red card offence. These dry walls have to be wide so that you can get some interlocking of the stones widthways as well. You make them wide enough and they can last for hundreds of years. Okay, now let's go towards the cottage. And I think there's a workshop there as well. Just imagine you can build your home. There's no rent to pay. Your building material is right here. What a wonderful life. As long as you didn't have to have your tooth pulled out without anaesthetic. Now this looks very interesting. How old is this wagon? Could this be one of the original wagons that they came up on from the Cape? It would mean it's been lying here for 180 years. Is that possible? Well, looking at it, yes. I think this is one of the original wagons that come up from the Cape. I'm interested in the way these wheel rims are put together. You see, there are lots of short pieces of wood with dowlings through, fixing them to the spokes. Fascinating. And of course they go with the grain. No matter which grain you pick, it goes the full length of that short piece of wood. Of course, giving it maximum strength. And that's why they use that method. The ironwork too is obviously well advanced. See this iron rim here? These were heated up and shrunk onto the wooden wheel. Think how strong that would make it. And these hubs are so intricate. To think that this wheel has done well over 1,000 miles, probably 1,800 kilometers at least, through rough felt. You see these bricks lying here? These are modern bricks. Now this building, which was a workshop, has been renovated in 1986. And there was an extension on the end of the building. And so they pulled that down to give the building the original, authentic look. And those bricks are still there. Should be cleared away. Huh? While we're on the subject of bricks, this wall is made up with some original sun-baked bricks. Composition of clay and cattle dung. They're left out in the sun. I don't know how long for, maybe a month I'd have thought, at least. But anyway, these are the original bricks. Fantastic. They could make the mortar harder by adding soil from anthills, which has a chemical in it. That's for the mortar, if they wanted to do that. I've turned off the natural sound here because the wind is blowing across the microphone. Now, I'm not sure how the light's going to be with this camera. Wow. There they heated up the iron. Lots of tools. Ready for use. The chimney stack going straight through the thatch. Lovely. Quite a selection of tools. If you need that tooth pulled out, you can get it done here. A saw. That's for making planks, you know that? Big saw like that. This one. You can cut a log into planks. Grindstone. I'm not sure what type of stone that is. Looks like a sandstone. And this side, lots more tools. A wooden plane, a smaller one, beautiful. And the remnants of another one. Another saw along there. Another saw there. Oh yeah. And this, what is this? Some sort of press or something. Well, you can turn this wheel or you can turn that one. Again, maybe somebody can tell me what that is, what it was used for. This may be another part of it here. Old ladle. Ah, there's your bellows. There's your bellows. What's this made of? This is made of wood and then cowhide on the side. Fantastic, eh? And someone would be here pushing it and lifting it. Oh, here, what's this? See all the dust here, it, you know, gives it age, doesn't it? It's genuine dust. I love it. Some of the original soot. This was a working furnace. Oh, an old plough. Looks like a grinder there. In fact, a selection of them. Another plank saw up there. Wow. And a scythe. Harvest time. Lovely. Beautiful. Not sure what that is here. Maybe a part of a yoke or something. A vice. You know, if you got this stuff, there's not much you can't do. Yes, a lot of manual labor. Whoops. A lot of manual labor, but well worth your time. The ladle there, maybe that's for pouring lead. More here. Could be for making bullets for hunting. Some extra wheel hubs there. And your anvil. I wonder how many thousands of times that's been hit with a hammer. Okay, let's go on. Let's check the back room. Here we are. A wire designed to be undone, for sure. This one. Yeah. Very dark. I don't know if you can see anything there. It was a storeroom or just spotted this vice bolted onto a log. Yeah, it works, eh? Many things you could do with equipment like that. Apparently that was a stables originally, not a workshop. You can see the door for the hayloft on the top there. This is the original cottage during the Boer War. Jan was a field cornet, and the British unsuccessfully tried to burn this house down. But what they did do was put his wife and children in a concentration camp in Heidelberg, not far from here. The follies of war. How stupid people can be. The British were, particularly nasty. Okay, let's have a look over here. This is the original house. It has been renovated. 1986. It's an outside oven. At least the fire part is outside. There's the flue. I love this stonework around the base. That's all original. The stoop and the steps will not be. The roof has been rethatched. I see there's covers on the windows, shutters, so you can keep out a dark, stormy night. And I guess security as well. Yeah. Now this, quite honestly, is where I get disappointed. You know, I want a fur trekker's house. I want it to be the way it was in 1845. But of course, over the years, they collected a lot of things. They become quite a well-to-do family, and inside has been really improved by themselves over the years. That ceiling, by the way, is yellowwood planks. Now, Jan Gabriel brought them all the way from the Cape in his wagon. Yellowwood planks. Yeah, this almost looks like a Victorian house. Well, of course. It was still in use in the Victorian era, so there's been a lot of additions. But the basic structure is the same. And we must try and visualize it. There's a little bedroom. All the fancy pottery and stuff has been collected over the years. All come from Europe, I guess. The floor originally was sand and cow dung. It's been relaid, but relaid using the same method. The patterns on the walls have been redone, but were original. But original from when? Again, probably Victorian age. In 1845, it would have been far more basic. There's some more yellowwood. But the size of the rooms are original. So try to imagine it the way it was. There's an old tub. Reminds me the Western cowboys. They had tubs like that. There's a lot of similarity, of course, between the Wild West and the fur trackers. The fur trackers were a lot braver. I mean, they just had a few wagons and came into the unknown. We're in the Wild West. They had columns of, it's times over 100 wagons. And so they had security. That's where the fur trackers never had that. Never had that security. And many of them, of course, paid with their lives. More European imported fancy pottery, Victorian rubbish. The con base, the kitchen. Look like cake molds. Pestle and mortar. As you can see, they had a loft space. Well, that looks pretty original. The fireplace. And this huge pot here. They obviously would cook for pretty much everybody. And they had big families, I mean huge families. I've seen two reports that Jan and his wife Cornelia, one report said they had 8 children and the other one said they had 12. But there was also extended family as well. There's a very basic calendar. You got to remember to move the pegs every day, otherwise you could lose track. And again, a later addition. Christianity, church, music, very important. And a part of the entertainment, I'm sure. But unfortunately, Victorian. There's a genuine piece of Africana. The Old Family Bible. Oh, I hesitate to touch it really. Oh, it is beautiful. The Bible being huge in their lives. Christianity, huge. Old well. Can you imagine the work involved in digging this and bricking it up? But a wonderful feeling of satisfaction once you've achieved it. That's your view. Yeah, lovely. Ah, this one's open. There's nothing in it. Yes, there is. A small classroom. This might be too dark for the camera. Satchels for their books. This is obviously a bit later when the population, the family population grew. I mean, some of the families in those days are very close and become quite large. Well, in fact, the same today with Afrikaans families. Oh, that's too dark. I think. A few books. My camera screen, look as I can see. Wonderful bit of Afrikaner here. Yeah. My old pen, inkwells. Wonderful. Wordbook. Wordbook. Okay. Like a little seat for the real small ones. And of course, blackboard. Today we have whiteboards, but not then. Look at those tree logs, man. That is beautiful, eh? And so strong. So strong. All local materials. Looks like some small Bibles up there. There's a bed. Maybe whoever was doing the teaching was asleep there. Ah, an old writing desk. Look at that. Yeah. And a woven seat. Yeah. Beautiful. Paperweight, board scrubbers, lovely. Writing slates for the children. All very interesting. This is the bell. Ah. I bet they started early in those days. Eh? In the summer, the sun is there, 4 o'clock in the morning. Being a farm, you're up milking cows and all sorts. Come on, you kids. Get to school. But there was obviously just a few people here. Extended family, I would say. That's it. And here we have the extended family. Photo taken in 1898. Now let's take a look at the second house. This is the son's house, Wynand, and his wife Maria. I guess this is about from about 1880, something like that. But with a later brick, of course, which were half baked in a furnace to lower temperatures, but not that hard. That would be Jan and his wife Cornelia, and that's the son, Wynand, the owner of this house. Again, all Victorian stuff. Bye-bye Voortrekker house. Hello, Victorian. I love that hat. It's very sensible, actually. Cut the top of the hat off. If you've got a good head of hair, yeah, and get the breeze through your hair, and it shades your face. Practical, very good. Kombuis. Bellows, get that fire going. I see there's candlestick molds there. Along with oil lamps, that's your only source of light. And candles are a good backup. They were essential. But me, I'd blow it out and look at the sky. I see this ceiling is also planks of yellow wood. Wynand's father, the original Voortrekker, Jan Gabriel, as I said, brought them up from the Cape, apparently. Obviously, they didn't just have one wagon, probably two. In the days when wallpaper was fashionable. Ah, shame. Did they forget you or what? Yeah, he even got a sewing machine there. Looks like a singer. Oh dear. I hope I don't find a TV in the corner. Come on now, we want Voortrekker stuff, not this Victorian rubbish. Ah, shoe repair kit. Now we're talking. They could be very old. Make shoes out of cowhide with those. Hey, Jan, how did you get all this yellow wood onto your wagon? Did you have room for your wife? You didn't make her walk, did you? There's that famous hat. I get sweaty under a hat, so that's a good idea, I think. Yeah, paper jammed in doorways. Nah. Maintenance could be a little bit better, I think. Let's take a short stroll down to the family graveyard. Pay our respects to these brave, adventurous, freedom-seeking people. Yeah, this is the wife, Cornelia. She was born on Christmas Day in 1856 and passed away in 1926. This is Johannes Gabriel Moraes, her husband. It only gives his birth date, February 1817. It was a mixed cemetery. The workers were very often, part of the family, and they're all buried in the same graveyard here. And this memorial stone over here is for the son, Wynand, born November 1856 until 1926 when he passed away. So he never come up with a wagon. He was actually born up here, conceived and born up here. And then there's a grandchild, Maria. She actually passed away at 25 years old. Shame. Yeah. Rest in peace. Thanks for watching. Paul Trevor signing out.